everyone. I'm here with my friend Peter today, and he's going to teach us all about frying a turkey and how to do it safely and how to make it extra delicious. Let's go.
Okay, how to fry a turkey. The first and most important thing when frying a turkey is have the appropriate gear to fry a turkey. It starts with a propane gas tank that you will need, and it needs to be a full tank in order to not run out of gas during the frying process. The second important thing is a frying stand. That stand will be used to heat the oil in the frying pan. It comes with a standard hookup that you can hook up to any standard propane gas tank. Next important is the frying pan, which is an aluminum pot that you can put a lid on top. There is a stand for the turkey that will have the turkey on top of it before you lower it into the frying oil by the time when we fry it. A thermometer that will measure the oil temperature, which is important to have. The oil temperature needs to be at a steady 350 degrees throughout the frying process. And then last but not least, you need the turkey. Okay, now we're going to measure the displacement to determine the amount of oil that we will need during the frying process. There's two ways how we can do this. One would be to put the turkey into the frying pan and then just pour water on top of it until the turkey is covered, and then in that case you would have to measure the water afterwards. I like the method to measure the water first because that makes the finishing process so much easier. In order to do so, what we will do now is we will put the turkey into the frying pan. It doesn't have to be laying flat, just you put it up right in there, because that's what it will be in the same position when you put it later into the frying pan. And then you start filling a measuring cup. In this case, it's a cup that just measures 1 quart. I'm guessing that we will need about 3 gallons of water, so that means we will probably need 12 of these measuring cups to be filled with water. I've used 10 quarts at this point. It's not completely covering the turkey, but that's okay because A, the hot oil will be bubbling, and B, the turkey will sink on the rack a little bit lower into the pot. So at this point I'm deciding that 10 quarts is enough for this size of turkey and for this frying pot. You can see here there's about 2 inches missing in covering the turkey, but that is okay because, like I said, the turkey will sink in itself a little bit. So this should be adequate. So I'm going to take the turkey out now, and that will determine the height of where the oil will need to be. You can mark inside the pot with a slight line or like a tape to determine how high the oil needs to be in. Since I know that it is exactly 2.5 gallons, I will just use that when I will fry the turkey. Alright, one of the most important parts of putting the turkey into the fryer is to turn off the gas. Otherwise, when the oil boils over, it could catch fire.
Okay.
Okay, step back everyone. If you do it too fast, the oil will just boil over, and the skin also will sear in a better way that prevents the oil from penetrating the meat. So you want to do it slowly, and you can see how much the oil is boiling.
Yeah. What kind of oil do you use?
Peanut oil.
Peanut oil.
It needs to be oil that can have a really high burning point, because otherwise the oil will burn. And this has a 425 degree burning point. You won't heat it higher than 375 degrees. And the key now will be to keep it steady around 350, between 340 and 350. So at any given time someone will need to be here, kind of adjust the flow of propane to make sure that it doesn't go higher. Otherwise the turkey burns too fast. If it goes too low, the oil will seep into the bird.
Okay.
So You have a window of 325 to 350.
Okay. And so it's a 16-pound turkey. About how long does it take to...
Anything that's underneath, anything that's below 12 pounds of turkey, you need about 2.5 to 3 minutes per pound.
Okay.
Anything that's above 12 pounds, you need about 3 to 3.5 minutes.
Wow.
So this will need about 50 minutes of total time. You can check in between. Every time you puncture the skin, when you pull it out, to check if the meat is cooked enough, you'll risk that the oil will go in. So trust the process and pull it out after 45 minutes. Go into one thigh, measure the temperature. If it's close to 160, 170, the bird is probably going to be done.
Okay.
I will alarm you when we get to that point.
Awesome.
So I got to turn it back on, otherwise the temperature will drop too much.
Yeah. So you keep the lid on when you turn it on.
Yes. So
So it's a thawed or
it is thawed, and that
right out of it?
it is, but it is key to thaw it for 4 days. You can't put it in frozen. So you need to make sure it is thawed enough. If you just put it in the fridge 4 days ahead of time, it will thaw enough. And then you wash it, you take all the innards out, and then you wash it again, and then you marinate it, and then you rub it, and then you put it in the fridge for another day. The temperature in the thigh and in the breast has reached the appropriate temperature for it to be cooked. Bird is cooked, and the skin is nicely crisp, as you can tell, because we kept the temperature steady at 340 to 350 degrees.
Wow.
Now it will have to rest for 20 minutes in a paper bag. For the most part, we're done.
Thank you so much for showing us all of your tips and tricks on how to get a perfect fried turkey. This is amazing. Let's give it a little...
You're welcome.
That's a good fried turkey. Juicy, crispy, exactly how you want your turkey to be. Thank you so much for watching. You can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, and again, check the website for the full recipe. See you next time. Thanks.
Bye.